Warning. The following video features Hawg, an unhinged redneck. His Twitch chat brought up DM's video on Diablo IV. If you are sensitive to Diablo IV rants caused by DM asking for opinions, that's too damn bad. Viewer discretion is advised.
Come on, you piece of junk. It's Hawg, baby.
Diablo IV has more drama.
Imagine that.
Guessed. Let's go all the way back and explain all of what's going on. You need to be able to understand all of it to get why people are upset. So it all started actually at BlizzCon. This right here was a BlizzCon announcement announcing the gauntlet with leaderboards to fairly decent reception. People liked this idea. This was
No. It goes back before BlizzCon. It goes back to the campfire chat where we were all asking, I'm talking about the very first campfire chat, we were all asking on the question and answer, when are we getting leaderboards? And Joe Shelley sat there, this is what he did. He sat there and he went, that's something that we're looking into. Expect that around season 3 is when that'll be in. Then we got another campfire chat. We asked again, where are the fucking leaderboards, motherfuckers? You got rainbow shit everywhere. You got goddamn body type and all this fucking stupid ass shit that nobody gives a fuck about, but the stuff that we give a fuck about, where is it at? It ain't there. Oh, we understand the community's waiting for this stuff. Season 3, it'll be arriving. Okay, so then we get to BlizzCon, because I told y'all, hold on now, I told y'all the leaderboards were not going to be out of season 3. I told y'all this. Yes, I love being right. I hate to sound like Asmund, but I love being right now. I told everybody leaderboards would not be out season 3. And they're like, yes, they will, Hawg. They will be out. Season 3, they said so. They'll be out season 3. Well, it's season 3. We have leaderboards. Do we have leaderboards? Do we have leaderboards? Is it out? Chat, is it out? Chat, is it out? No, we don't have leaderboards. Okay, sorry, DM. But yeah, it goes back before BlizzCon. And I was talking to Rex the other day on the stream, and he was like, I don't want to call Blizzard a liar. I was like, they are. Joe Shelley lies about so much shit he should be called Joe Pinocchio. Let me tell you something right now. Do you remember way back on the closed beta where they said, we'll be sending out invites to people who have spent significant time in the in-game and Diablo series games? We had a guy in my community get an invite that we power leveled one day and he quit the game. He had never spent significant time in the in-game. Do you think I got an invite to the in-game when I fucking was, level 121 on fucking 150 leaderboards for 4-man? Do you think I got an invite? No. Do you think anybody in my clan, one of the biggest clans in Diablo 3, got an invite? No. They were sending fucking Mickey Mouse, Betty, Benny, Bop, fucking Bam Bam over here. People that never played the fucking game, they were sending them the closed beta invites. And so now let's tie it all together. The game is not designed for guys like us that enjoy PoE. I hate to go off and pause him 22 fucking seconds in, but I just got a connection here. That's... Even in the closed beta, they were sending them to the fucking people that were noobs or don't play the game a lot or whatever, because that's who they were going to market the game to.
is coming in season 3. And by the way, this was the main and only thing they announced for season 3. They actually did 2 stage presences in which both of the times they talked about season 3 with the gauntlet, with the leaderboard. They also mentioned in-game over and over and over again. So people started to associate season 3 as the season of the leaderboard, was pretty much the meme.
They
and by the
promised
way, at the time,
it.
That wasn't a hated idea. People actually like the gauntlet idea. People like the leaderboard idea because it's bosses. It's something to do. And then talk.
We desperately need the leaderboards. I don't understand why they don't get it. It's the ultimate carrot on a stick after you get bored and you understand the game and you're like, what's there to do? Oh, this pussy motherfucker's on the leaderboard. I can beat his ass. I'm going to fucking do that. And you start getting hyped up into the chase. And I know there's fixing to be a bunch of comments say, oh, I don't like doing leaderboards. That's fine. But once you dive into leaderboards a little bit, you get sucked into it. It's like a succubus, sucks your soul out. And then you nonstop are running shit all the time trying to fucking get on the leaderboard. And then you start looking at ways to get around certain things. No, I'm not going to go down that fucking hole. But that's what happens when you go on leaderboard. You look for any kind of edge. It's just like pro fishing. You look for any kind of edge that's not against the rules to get ahead of the competition.
Talking about in-game, I myself
makes you want to play the game.
When you go up on the stage and you say, we need in-game, I'm going to like that because Diablo 4 needs in-game. And then when the Season 3 was announced, they said, oh, the leaderboards with the gauntlet are actually delayed. And there was no timeline on this.
Wait a minute. I'm so caught up in PoE, I ain't seen. New challenge arrives later in season to construct. Fight through the leaderboard. Fight through the gauntlet. A weekly rotated fixed dungeon that will have you competing for the top spot on the leaderboard. Only the strongest will emerge. It's a weekly thing. It's literally challenge rift is what it is. A challenge rift from Diablo 3 is what it is. Minus somebody came up with the build. Weekly leaderboards. It's so lame.
Unpopular because normally at the beginning of a season is when you would want a leaderboard.
Yeah.
That way everyone can rush through, kind of compete against it. It gives the community something to watch with the racers. And also at the end of it, people who are starting the game, who are not racing through to try to be number 1 or number 2, can also see the builds that were used to complete the leaderboard. And it helps people know where to go. In fact, in Diablo 3, for instance, one of the things Rod mentioned on the podcast, which I agree with, I did as well, was looking at people on the Diablo 3 leaderboard back in the day and being like, oh, he used this build, he used this build. So there's multiple reasons for multiple styles of people to enjoy the leaderboard and have that be something at the beginning, especially when it's fresh content and people don't have fully maxed out Uber uniques or quite literally actually at this point doing 1 trillion damage. It would make sense.
Yep. Now, so what I thought they were delaying it for a little bit to be like, give everybody a fair chance. Everybody can get fully leveled and nobody's left behind. That's what I thought it was. But now we know that it's probably just the fucking code ain't working. They can't edit it right or do something.
Leaderboards be when we're figuring out the season.
The game
that
ain't
would be the
done.
most exciting for the community, and when the community is excited is when goodwill around the game normally thrives. So this was unfortunate that it was delayed. But then if you saw my previous video, Rod went out on the Xbox podcast, and I was showing this yesterday, and they announced with this nice graphic here, prepare for the gauntlet. It launches February 13th. And so this, while it was not at the launch of the season, it was like, oh, okay, cool. The gauntlet's coming up. Time to prepare. We know it's still coming, and people were getting excited once more. Now, I want to hone in. This is sort of where the drama starts. People are getting excited again. And you might say, why would you get excited again? Diablo 4 is not a good game. And a lot of people would probably agree with that take. But what you have to understand is Diablo is a massive franchise with a lot of people that loved what Diablo was. Some of them still love what Diablo is. There's people that want to log into the game. I myself am still stuck in this stage. I want Diablo 4 to be good. I want to log into the game.
I know. I've given up.
At some point, if it is good, would make me happy.
Here's the problem. And this is where I've been through this with the launch of Diablo 3. It's almost like they pulled out the playbook from Diablo 3 and they laid it open. They're like, let's do the exact same thing that we did 10 years ago. Let's do it again. But this time we're going to fucking take the primevals out of the game. And Rod's over there licking his lips like, we can monetize 3 factions of the game. So what we can do, listen, hold on. Tunnel Boy's talking, listen. So what we can do is we can take Lilith, this bullshit Mickey Mouse character that you fought on the way to the Ubers on Diablo 2, and we'll make her like the showcase. We'll call her like the Blessed Mother. That'll be really cool. And then we'll take Diablo, Mephisto, and Baal, and we'll make them all expansions, and we'll sell it all to them. So at the end, they'll pay like $500 for the Diablo game. That's what I feel like. I feel like this is all fucking planned, mixed in with pure sheer incompetence because they're hiring people straight out of college and they've never fucking made a game before, and it shows because this is the most bland, boring, literally Dudes fall the fuck asleep playing the game. And so you've got guys like me that have been playing this for 20 plus years that played original Diablo 2 without the expansion that want to log on. But at this point, I'm like, I got to download another 100 gigs. I got to do, because I'm going to play Druid. And I got to get in the high chair and get level because I'm slow as fucking molasses on a winter morning in Yankee land and when it's snowing. So I got to have somebody carry me. I don't get fucking passive resource regen that every other, I don't get a damn mana potion. Like that's, the core of the game is fucking broken. I don't mean to go on a tangent, I'm sorry. But the core of the game is broken. When you don't have a goddamn mana potion, for God's sake. I hate leveling that fucking Druid. The thought of me having to go, and everyone's going to say, you've got to play another class. No, I don't want to. Because that's the only class I like. I hate playing a barbarian. I think the sorceress is Mickey fucking Mouse. There's nothing that wants me to play sorceress at all. I don't like playing rogue. So I'm playing druid. And it's slow and it's fat and it's gross. And I can't do anything with it. And even in stock form, if you take a stock druid and run it up, I'm going on a tangent, and run it up against a stock rogue with no equipment, no skills, no nothing, the rogue is fucking faster. So why do I want to go play that? When the one class that I got hyped up and attacked every motherfucker on the goddamn planet about sucks until it gets to level 70 and has all the fucking gear and all this shit. So it's literally me doing this while I'm playing the game. I have to get blitzed into oblivion and have a fucking hootenanny. That's the only time we have fun. So we have a play some music, fucking get blitzed. Sorry.
A lot of people that are in this same state. There's also the people that are in the state of, well, I paid money for the game. I hope it delivers on my product eventually. There's people that actively enjoy the game.
Oh, yeah. I forgot what I was going to say. At the end of all that rant, sorry, DM, the end of all that rant, to get a game that's fixed, you're going to have to pay for the expansion. They're not going to fix this dog shit. They're not going to fix it until the expansion. It's the exact same thing that happened in Diablo 3. They did not fix it until the expansion. You're going to have to pay again, and I don't want to fucking pay again because I paid a lot of money. I paid $100 for something that's broke. Prison Architect runs better than that game.
So there's a good amount of people that still actually care about whether or not Diablo 4 can either be saved or will be good, no matter what have you. And there's a lot of people that don't like the other ARPGs, that Path of Exile was way too in-depth and not new player friendly. There's some people that maybe don't like the look of Last Epoch. So there are people that
I get both of those points
for
too.
them, and what does actually happen in the game, they do care about. So that's one point you have to understand from the beginning, because it really doubles down this point of they inflate the hype, and in my opinion, the biggest issue is they continually deflate it. So what actually happened here today? Well, directly after announcing that it is coming out, people got excited, and then here we go. They announced that it is in fact delayed. Great seeing the excitement about the gauntlet and leaderboards. We're still on track for season 3, but decided to take a bit more time to polish a few things up. So it won't be launching on February 13th, as I mentioned on the recent podcast. We'll share more details and the new date soon.
I'm going to tell you something right now before DM says anything. I'm going to tell you something right now. They're not going to launch it this season. It will be delayed till next season. Guaranteed. They won't launch it this season. Nope. Will not happen. Nope.
Now, if we looked at the replies, which I'm not going to bother, they are what you would expect. People are...
Okay, we're going to go look at the replies. Great seeing excitement about the gauntlet leaderboards. We're still on track for season 3, but decided to take it a bit more time to polish a few things up, so it won't be launching on February 13, as I mentioned on a recent podcast. We'll share more details in the new date soon. So you're allowed to just blow out your malignant tunnel, just whatever the fuck you want to, and then you're like, nah, we'll just delay it. Fuck, the game's already on life support. Nobody wants to play it, but we'll just fuck up again. No one's going to play it then. Time for Last Epoch. Like... I'm so sad that I bought the battle pass, regretting everything I did so far. I really have some high expectations about season 3, but I don't have any motivation to level up a character. Like, it's amazing how you guys have taken so many steps back from things learned in Diablo 3. How does this game not have a party search feature? How are you not putting up PTRs for this? Like. Here's some more conspiracy. They didn't want to compete with Last Epoch. When's Last Epoch coming out? Is it the 8th or 9th? Something like that. I think they saw that and they pushed it back on purpose. Why would you have that? He's so full of shit. Why would you have that? You went to your graphic artist and you said, make up a graphic with the release date. That means the release date was approved. Everything was cool. The engineer said, cool. If you went to your graphic artist and you had them make up a graphic that you could show on the Xbox podcast. Well, they made a decision later. They said, fuck, Last Epoch's coming out. And they're talking shit about our game. And Path of Exile's blowing it up with his gauntlet and all. Maybe we ought to postpone this, because I guarantee you it was the most Mickey Mouse shit you've ever seen in your life. It was probably the most bare bone ass shit. We're talking about developers that cannot give us a teleport to party member or a clan management function. They're going to make a leaderboard? Sure.
We're not exactly satisfied that it got announced and then delayed again. And at this point, it's sort of like somebody who just shows up to piss you off again. There's not really any reason to announce this and then directly delay it right after. The response of this will be obvious. Some people already wanted the gauntlet to be launched in the season 3, so you announce, here it comes. Just kidding. Like, it's the same thing that we did with season 1's coming. Nerf all your stuff.
No, you know what else they did it to? The Support Your Streamer program. Y'all remember that fiasco where they put up the fucking list of streamers that were on the Support Your Streamer program, and then they took it down. Just kidding, psych. Here's the new list. We made a mistake. 200 of y'all got cut off the list because we didn't have room. Y'all remember that? Yeah, and then I went live and they tried to lie to everybody. Rex, they lie all the time. They lied to everybody and said you had to have streamed Diablo to be qualified. Y'all remember we went on stream and Adam Fletcher was actually watching for like 5 hours, and we went through the entire list, and there was a fucking lady that crocheted. And you know what's funny? Update on the crochet lady. If you go in her stream and ask if she plays Diablo, she'll look at you like you're fucking crazy. Huh? What? All those people play Diablo? My ass. Blizzard's so full of shit, it ain't even fun. I'm surprised their eyes ain't brown, fucking poop bleeding out their eyes. They so full of it.
Stats. Like, there's this weird yin-yang that goes on with Diablo 4.
Hey, you're on the streaming list. Just kidding. Here's the new list.
Of PR. Every time they have a moment in which the community probably would be willing to give them some goodwill. I think there's people that are willing to try out the gauntlets and see what it's like. I myself are one of these people. I said I would go and try the gauntlets.
Yeah, I'll try it. And then we'll rip on its ass when it sucks.
You announce it, and then it's just kidding one more time. And we don't have a date. It's just in the near future. So
season 4.
They have this really bad issue of not being able to understand the perception that happens of the player base when you constantly do like this good thing, bad thing, good thing, bad thing. Well, we launch season 3 and everyone will hate it. Now we'll buff the rewards. Just have the rewards.
Everyone's already left. Yeah, exactly.
You don't need to wait till everyone tells you it fucking sucks to then buff it. So I'm starting to believe some conspiracy theories in my head, which is you release something bad on purpose, or you just put it out there, and then when people tell you it's bad, then you buff it to what you originally wanted it to be, and then you get their listening line. Because I don't understand why you wouldn't just make the rewards good with the season to begin with. I don't understand why you would announce the gauntlet at BlizzCon stage as the primary thing, not mention the pet or any of the other stuff at all, and then have that be delayed. And then announce it again just to delay it again. Like
it is all to keep, it's like Stockholm syndrome. It's all to keep something. They can't make the game make you want to play, so they'll do this kind of shit to continue to make, let's see, Last Epoch's coming out. We'll let them play Last Epoch, and then we'll go, hey, guys, guess what? We made the gauntlet. Remember us? Lilith with the stupid woman that's not even showing any titty like Andario used to? Come on over. Lilith. We got a gauntlet. Y'all remember Challenge Risk? We just rebranded them. They have, most of y'all don't want to believe this, but these giant corporations, they have psychologists that work there, that they can go to people like Rod and say, hey, the recent study of the average gamer's attention span is 5 minutes, so we need to implement. All of that goes into game development. If you don't think all that's going on, psychologists and all that shit that's put into this, you're crazy, because we're talking about millions and millions and zillions and billions of fucking dollars and giant people's fucking jobs and shareholders, and that's why GGG makes a good game. Y'all understand? A company that's this size makes a good game because they don't have all that bullshit they got to answer to. A company that's the size of that whiteboard and that bass on the back right there, it can't make a good game because it's got too many working pieces to fucking do. That's why, just like the old school cars, you had a real simple 3-speed transmission. It worked flawlessly all the time. Here, all the old timers talk about back in my day, nothing broke like this. Well, now you've got an 8-speed. Let me tell you something. A 62 TE transmission has 625 teardown steps. So that is Blizzard. A 62 TE Chrysler transmission. That's what it is. 6-speed, 200 foot-pound capacity transmission. It's got too many fucking working parts to operate efficiently, and this is what happens.
I actually just fundamentally don't understand these decisions. And I don't understand if it needs more polish, why it was the focal point at all.
Plus,
maybe it's because they didn't think the pet was going to be good.
No, it's because they lie about everything.
You go on BlizzCon stage and you announce the gauntlet as the primary thing for season 3 in 2 separate stage visits, talk about it in detail, then announce, and say it's not going to be at launch.
Hey.
And don't mention that at BlizzCon stage, people are going to be disappointed again.
Here's what this boils down to, I think. Rod needs to be fired. And we talked about this before, and I don't like when people lose their job, but when you're senior vice president and you're up there and you're the leader of the game, y'all remember he's like the destroyer of games, right? He destroyed Gears of War. Destroyed it. The community over there fucking hates him because he destroyed their game. And so now he's come over here, and guess what he's done with our game? He's destroyed it. It's him. He is the problem. He's got to go. If this was some low-level customer service guy, I wouldn't say he needs to be fired, but this guy's fired. If we want anything to happen with our game, he has monetized this to oblivion. And I have said this till I'm blue in the face. We will get 3 expansions. They'll sell us Mephisto, they'll sell us Bale, and then at the end, they'll sell us Diablo because they know, because we've all said, where's Diablo? He sat there and he went, my plan's working. This is all a plan. They don't have good developers. They've got good PR, they've got good marketing, they've got good artwork team. So that's what they use to drive us back, and we won't stop going back. The only thing that is gonna save this game is to fire Malignant Tunnel Man, Captain Malignant Tunnel, fire his ass fast, okay? And for us to stop playing the game. If everyone were to stop logging into the game and actually come together for once, instead of being divided about the game's good, the game's bad, the game's good. We all know it ain't good. Stop fucking lying to yourself. If we all would stop logging in on season start and just boycott it for a week and fire Rod, they'd fix the game. They'd have no fucking choice because they would not have their monthly active user number would start going down fast. And that's going to turn on all kind of alarm bells because that's what this all revolves around. I've done many videos on this before. Monthly active users. We're getting people to come back. That's why we have all these mid-season fucking events and all that come in. That's what it is. And maybe they're using this as a way to pull people back in next month after Last Epoch comes out. But there's always a reason. It's not just, in these giant corporations, it's not just an F-up. There's a reason for that. Because everyone's got to be accountable to somebody. Surely not just working in La La Land, but it blows my mind that if that wasn't the case, that this man could keep his job. If he's genuinely fucked up this bad and made this many blunders, everybody else would have been fired. You make a couple of blunders on a job, big time mistakes, and you get fired.
And then you launch it, say it's coming February 13th, and you say, just kidding. Like, again, I don't understand unless it's on purpose. Like, I really don't get the pull back and forth. I get a couple of things, which is that most people aren't out here watching YouTube videos. Most people aren't going to be leaderboard grinders. Most people are casual players, and I don't say casual derogatory. I mean in the actual sense of just big chilling on the couch. I think I got it right with my very first review of the game the first month, which is that the game is for dads with 85 billion kids who drink 1 beer a day and play it for an hour on the couch. That is what this game is for.
That, or majority of the people that enjoy Diablo 4 that I have experienced have never played a Diablo game. This is their first Diablo game. And I was talking with Rex about this yesterday on the stream. They market this game to people that are not Diablo players or are new to the franchise and don't know what to expect out of a Diablo game because they themselves don't know what a Diablo game is.
And it seems to maintain to be that way. So I get that the large, vast majority of people aren't going to have the same issues. The people like me who come up here and, are interested in leaderboards or grinding the game or having a real significant in-game. I understand that. But you're still not doing yourself any favors with the way that they handle their announcements over and over again. It seems like a fundamental communication mismatch over there, which doesn't necessarily drive faith for me in development of the game when the communication seems so obviously poor. And if the counter argument to that is, well, most of the players are so chill and casual, they're not even reading the announcements anyway, that is a terrible counter argument.
Yeah, it is.
Because casual players and people that play the game big chillin' are going to be falling off the game at some point. They will move on to other games, and the game won't continue to sell at the same rate as it does on launch.
I tried to say this from the very beginning when I started criticizing the game. You can market the game to casual players all you want to, but eventually they will stop playing the game because they have way more shit to do in real life than to play a video game. So you make a huge error, and a critical one at that, when you don't fix the game to retain your core player base that's been around for 20 years. That's the huge mistake, and that's what causes the game to fail unless they just nonstop release content fast enough to keep people, oh, piece of candy, oh, piece of candy. If you can keep the casual players, and I think that's the strategy they're doing, but if you can keep the casual players entertained like that quick, then that you'll stay in their pockets all the time. But see, we know better than that. But it's just like this. I'm gonna end on this, okay? I'm gonna stop fucking interrupting DM. There's a guy that we know. I'm not gonna say any names, but he's a guy on this lake, and everybody on the lake knows that they call him like scam artist. All the old timers. He doesn't ever have repeat customers. He's always got new customers because the repeat customers are onto him, and everybody else that's experienced fisherman knows he fishes out of a pontoon boat. They know he's full of shit, right? But if you get someone new that's new and gets on the boat, they don't know any better. So if you can nonstop constantly recycle new people, then you're good. But if you have to rely on your core base, you got a problem. And that's what's going to happen with Diablo. So that's what I think they're doing, is they're trying to pump out. And that's why they're going to pump out of a lot of expansions. And then they're trying to blow smoke up our ass with that live service bullshit. No, you take a game that's already been developed 10 years, you put all that shit that you took 10 years of development and you implement it in the base game of Diablo 4, and then you develop on top of that, which they're not doing. They're just going to give us a carbon copy, and it's up to us to hold them accountable because it's quite obvious that they don't give two flying fucks about anything. Why would you? This is literally a huge L for them, and they don't care.
Because the marketing will fall off as well. And at that point, what drives the game and continual battle pass purchases, cosmetic purchases, the things that drive the revenue of the game are going to be the players who are dedicated, who have been playing since launch, who are still playing and still consistently absorbing all your updates. And those people do care about the communication. So it is a narrow-sided look into PR if the idea is public perception does not matter at all, because the people who play the game don't even read the updates. That's such a poor sales pitch of the people who play our game aren't even that into it, to the point of it doesn't even matter if we fuck up.
Yep,
so in my opinion,
literally where they're at.
This was another bad PR move.
Of course it was.
I'm not super emotional about it or mad or whatever, because in my opinion, I'm not playing the game literally anyway.
Yep.
At this point, just covering the news and videos, and I'll log back in when the gauntlet does actually arrive, which I was hoping was going to be February 13th, but...
Do y'all realize none of the Diablo players or the Diablo creators are playing Diablo? Y'all realize that? Rack's playing PoE, DM's playing PoE, Llama's back to playing D2. I'm playing PoE and other games. Just off the top of my head. And I'm a nobody. But you got DM and Rax. Rax? Bad when Rax is not playing. That should tell y'all everything you need to know right there about the game.
Now it's, who knows? Soon.tm is when I will be trying this out again. And it would be nice, hopefully we get an announcement sooner rather than later.
Official creators that are not playing the game.
But it is what it is. So I'll see you guys on the live stream. Let me know what you think about the situation. A lot of the comments I'm seeing are just sort of like D4 bad meme type of comments. I get it. It's fun to dunk on it. But let's get some actual like insight in what you guys either believe is the situation, your opinion on it. I would like some real takes, because what I would like to do is do
I hope I gave you one
on what you guys, the community, actually feel. And if you want your honest opinion to be part of that conversation, then put some thought into your comment. I will read them, and then we'll talk about it.